Well, fellow golfers, I'm back again to give you some very important tips and drills. Hope you're all keeping safe. Hope you're all enjoying the quiet downtime, finding ways to keep yourself occupied. Very easy if you play golf. Lots of drills and tips, lots of feels, lots of little movements you can practice at home with minimal equipment. Just your golf clubs, a towel, a tee peg or two, a ball. If you are lucky enough to have a garden and you have a net, then obviously you can practice there. Use some key tools and gadgets like Live View Golf that I'll come to and do a review of very soon. So do subscribe, lots more exciting stuff to come. But let me start with two driver tips. So you will recall in the last clip I started showing you how to increase your swing speed with alignment sticks, and I mentioned that I would show you how to do that with a driver. Well, I'm going to show you two drills here that I found extremely useful and that I practice every day along with the alignment stick one. So first one, take your driver club and you're going to swing back, and as you come down, hold. As you come down, hold. But in this case, what happens is, take your backhand and put it in the middle of the club, with your lead hand, of course, on the driver. And you're going to go from the side. You see it shaking. I'm really getting that, learning that downswing for the follow-through. I'm learning that downswing for the follow-through. And I'm thinking about that shallow swing. So as I go up, then I'm coming down shallow with that elbow coming in, as I've shown you in other tips. So way to strengthen that arm. Hold it, hold it, hold it. A very good little tip and drill that will strengthen your back arm and get you, and also getting you into the right position. How about that? Often there is a problem with the back leg. You've probably seen lots of tips. Some of you move the back leg too much instead of using it as an anchor. And then the other problem is, as you come through, you need to have that right angle to give you that extension. Not an early extension, but a very good extension as you come through, so that you have the right position. And I'll come back to some other tips on the key position. So what I found is, let's say that this is the location of the ball with the tee there. So along the back of my front foot, so in line with my heel. And I actually pull my foot back in. So that's my position. And I'm going to go back. And as I go back, once I get to the swing, I don't start my downswing yet. I move my foot back to the right position and then throw. And what that automatically does is give you the right movement coming down. Combined with that swing speed, you'll be able to really improve both your driving and your club speed. But also you get that right back position and angle as you come down. So to show you from the side, imagine that's where the ball would normally go. So I bring my foot in. So as you come down, also think about, you can try this with a ball and just try to hit it 30 or 40 yards so that you actually get used to the movement and see that you're getting the right clean impact hit. You can do this with an iron too. And as you get better at that, try and hit it 100 yards and then move into a full swing. If you're not getting it quite accurate at 30, keep working on it. As you get that accurate, move to 50, 100 yards, and then as you master that, move on up. You'll soon find that your driver, swing, impact position, and direction, if you keep those key tips in mind, including that back elbow, the shallow swing, the right position of the club shaft and arm shaft so that it is basically vertical to the impact point of the ball, will be really natural and easy to do. 3 drills and tips that relate to also the irons, and that relates to you getting that right leg, the L that you want. So the L that you want, so that you can actually come through and get that power without necessarily having to overbeat the club. You're just using your body and your arms in the right way to get that L. So there's a couple of things that you can work on. The first one, take the club just like I was showing you in the driver, your trail hand a little bit down on the shaft, your main hand on the club, and you are practicing that L. You're practicing that L. Right, stay still with your head over the ball. Practicing that L. Don't forget wrist towards the target. To do with your thumbs. So take your thumbs, and you want your thumbs together, and you want your thumbs to be pointing to that L. So think about it this way. Your thumbs are pointing to that L, pointing to that L. So again, you're working on that L-shaped, just a little drill to help you by working on the thumbs pointing to that L. Another quick drill in a similar vein to promote that right angle, but also to promote the core rotation, is you take your backhand and hold your arm close to your wrist, and you are going to be doing the L and coming through. You'll help getting your backhand to help you move your front arm in the right direction. So looking at it this way, so you've got a hold on your arm, and then come on through, come on through. You'll see automatically I'm actually keeping my elbow in by force of this position, which is then consistent with a number of other tips and drills that I've showed you. So 3 quick iron tips that would be very helpful for you. Let me add another one that relates to this, and it really relates to that follow through post impact and position. As you know, you want that 35-degree angle. So think of it as if you look at one of the exercise routines I've done with the resistance bands, where you're pulling the resistance band from your back foot to learn to strengthen that arm, to strengthen the resistance here. What you want is that power swing, that power swing, that power swing. So think about, as you come down with an L, as we've just shown you, But now focus on that straight line power swing. Think of it as a sling. As you come down, and now you sling through. Come down and sling through. So come down and sling through. 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 Come down and swing through. And of course then you follow through facing the target. Excellent little one. The two-handed on the shaft. So two hands roughly in the middle of the shaft. And what you want to think about is your angles now and think about the difference you would have with your finish with your short compared to your long irons. Your long irons would tend to be like that. Your short irons would tend to be there. So your long irons would tend to be like that, and your short irons would tend to be further through. So think about your finish angle with your long irons more like that, and your short irons like that. So look at it from the side. Your long irons like that, and your short irons more through. Practice that difference, and then hit some balls with your normal position, thinking about that finish position of your angles of your clubs. Try it with a short iron, a couple of short irons, then try it with a couple of long irons. Think about those differences. It'll help your game. I want to show you about how to get some lower half stability with your irons. So you will see I have a towel on the ground. I'm going to put the back part of my back foot onto the towel. So you've heard me talk about resistance, so that I'm not swaying so much because it's actually forcing me to keep that angle. And that's what you want. So you want to do your backswing, turning your body, rotating your body, getting the L, but then keeping that stable, so that lower half, back half stability you can practice with the towel. Let's do it this way. Bunch it up a little bit. So you'll see there, as I go back, it's harder for me to sway back because I've already created that right angle and that stability in my back foot. Lovely little drill. What would a drill be without focusing on the putter? Now, I've given you many really good trips, including the rubber band one. You'll remember the rubber band on both ends of the insert, the towel tip. Have a look at the previous clip and the ones before. Subscribe, give me a like. Really important drills. Now I'm taking the ball. I've got a tee before it, and I don't want to hit the tee. So I want to stroke, a little bit like the use of the alignment stick in the last clips, but this is using a tee, which is in the ground, and I'm coming over it. Simple and straightforward. You're hitting it in the center, on the face, as you're coming up, so that you get a nice, even roll. Really good tip. Add it to the alignment stick one, does the same thing. Tanya decided to join us. She's enjoying the nice warm weather here on the terrace in Cannes. And I'm going to use a golf bag. You can use an umbrella in the ground if you wish, to really turn through properly. So not to be leaning back and hitting the bag, but to close the gap between the bags. So, keep 2 inches or so between you and the bag as you turn through, As you turn back, your back bottom should be almost touching the bag, and as you come through, the same thing, but don't do this, so that you are hitting the bag and you're not swaying, so you stay in that same position, using this as almost as a back alignment tool. Back alignment tool, right? So there's my L, and then throw. So I hope you find these additional 10 tips really helpful and useful in fine-tuning, refining your golf game, getting good habits into your muscle memory, practicing it over and over again. Identify the ones that are best work for you. Let me know which of all the many tips and drills I've shared with you over many clips, the fields, the drills that you have found most useful. Comment, did you find something else useful of all the putting tips that I've given you? The rubber band, the alignment stick, the tee on the ground, the towel for keeping your legs stable, the crossover legs. Have a look up here. I will be posting some links also at the end for you to go back and take a look at those. Equally important, equally ones you can do at home. Don't have to be on the golf course, but if you are, obviously you can also then hit some balls as well and follow through. But you can take that to the range. You can refine one thing at a time. Focus your practice. I'll come back to a whole set of tips on practice, focus, and some tips about positions very soon. See you soon. Stay safe. Be well. Enjoy improving your golf game.